Hi, everyone. I have Liz Scott here, who's a fellow physical therapist. Both Liz share the profession of physical therapy and understand the body and in many ways in alignment. I've been having the pleasure of working with our two children, DJ and Lillian, who I wanted to share with you, had issues with mouth breathing and sleep. And I was going to ask Liz if she can explain what she's been dealing with prior to us working together. What kind of issues were the kids having?
Yeah, so the biggest thing was that I noticed that they were both snoring. And we've been working together now for a couple of years. So I mean, they were 6 and 5 around about ish. And I knew that that was wrong. I knew that a 5 and a 6-year-old snoring was not appropriate. And it was actually after I took the breathing clinic, I think, that then I was like, oh, my kids need this too. And we need to stop this before it continues. So yeah.
So Liz, it was our own head and neck job, patient of ours. We do in our clinic, we do breathing training called the Buteyko breathing method, and I do it for children and for adults, and it's all around proper nose breathing and volume, that you don't breathe too fast and too big. So part of it, we do a little taping of the lips, and we might use a little nasal dilators. How has been taping for your kids? Like, I know that can be really scary for some parents.
At first, they were a little, it was something new, but now they ask us for tape if we forget to put it on. So, and we switch between the myo tape and the paper tape. So, and then this one, just based on kind of skin sensitivity. So
Yeah.
we'll just go back and forth between both.
So the idea with the tape is just to make sure that they nose breathe and that their mouth doesn't open. So how long would you say it took for the kids not to stop snoring?
As soon as we started taping, like pretty regular, as long as we were consistent, the snoring stopped almost right away. That was a near immediate change.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, I know we've also done some myofunctional therapy with the kids, and we've done it in the clinic, and we've done some telehealth. Can you explain to the parents, I made you get this little kit that had all these little gadgets, and
Yep.
we use them in the mouth to train their tongues. What was using these gadgets and like helping your kids? How was that experience for you?
So it made me realize things I wouldn't have picked up on otherwise. I had suspected that DJ's tongue was weak, and I didn't know exactly, but then it wasn't just his tongue, his lips were weak because he couldn't do the bottle hold either. And then through it, we also picked up on that they were like neurally tight, through their bodies. And so we needed to get stretching and doing different movements. They weren't coordinating correctly with certain things. And so I think it's things that as long as our kids are walking and talking and doing, okay in school, we're like, oh, they're fine. But when we start to pick up on all these other things, and the sooner, knowing the background, having the background I had, I knew the sooner I picked up on this, the longer I was going to, the sooner I was going to get rid of anything that could have, been long term, asthma, allergies, breathing, all of those things. And that leads to just systemic too, like what their system is going to be like as they continue to grow older. So it opened my eyes to things I don't think I would have picked up on.
Wonderful. And tell me a little bit about the GOPex, the good oral posture exercises. We use this app, right? This app
Yep.
that helps us connect on a video, and I grade them. Tell me a little bit how aware of their posture are they now?
So they're so aware of their posture that they correct my husband and I. So if my husband and I are sitting somewhere and we have bad posture, they will tell us, "Hey mom, hey dad, that's not good posture." They have changed where they like will sit to watch, like if they're going to watch television, they don't sit the same spots because they sit with posture. So, DJ will grab a certain chair because he knows he can sit there if he needs to get closer. We've even, we are using those sticks, that to help them sit even while watching TV with their mouth closed. And this last time, as we've been working together, we've added that to the car. So there's something in the car for them to sit in the car with something in their mouth if if we're going to be in there for a long time. So they definitely, and they're kids, they forget, and I still I still have to remind them every so often. But it's interesting to see them reminding us, because then I know that they know what they're looking for if they're telling us that we're in bad posture.
Yeah, and I just pulled out one of these there's this little plastic thing that I have the kids, they just rip their lips around it and their teeth are lightly touching their tongues up. So during homework or during TV, or I get the kids to close their mouth, because it's really, we need to just restore nose breathing at all ADLs, all activities of daily life. So
yes,
I'm trying to think, is there anything else that you want to share around? Would you recommend this to other parents?
And it's not they weren't like they weren't on board right away, right? Because it was all new, it was all different. But now they've seen the benefit of it. So when I tell them, oh, we need to do our GOPex, they know right away what it is we're gonna do. And they know why we're doing it. And I think that was the most important, is them understanding why we needed to be doing this. And then I'll hear them telling other people, oh, you're not supposed to breathe with your mouth open, or don't, make sure you're not chewing with your mouth open. It's like they'll tell, and I'm sure people look at them like, what are you talking? But really that should be our normal. And so I think, getting them involved this young, these were things I had to learn as an adult. So if they know this now and can carry this through, teenager and all of that, it's just going to set them up a lot better. So it's been a really good experience. We ebb and flow with our consistency with it, because I have those two and then another one. But for the most part, the biggest thing is them understanding why. And I think that helps a ton.
Wonderful. So I think that really what I wanted to share with other parents is that there's a lot of kids out there that are, on devices, on phones, on iPads, that are all, slouched over.
Oh.
And when you're in this posture, you end up chest breathing, your tongue goes down, and you end up developing this part of your face. You become more like a bulldog, you become more shrunken in and narrowed. And if we continue that into adulthood, we become narrow-nosed, adults that can't really breathe through their nose well. And
right,
nose breathing is where we really have to breathe to maintain good alignment. So I'm so glad that you're sharing this, so that other parents can hear this, about how to help posture, breathing, and swallowing, so kids grow straight and strong and they thrive. So thank you so much for your time, Liz. I really appreciate it.